You know, probably one of the biggest things I would say to prepare, and probably for anywhere, would be to really gain your testimony and to do those things that you know you're going to be telling them to do. Um, my, I was really happy that I'd been invited by a couple friends that were returned missionaries to say to read my scriptures every day and do the things that I was supposed to, because later in my mission you're testifying to them and you're asking them to do things, and if you don't have a testimony about it, um, that's hard to do. It's hard to say read your scriptures every night. I promise you that you will feel more peace and more joy if you've never done it yourself, or if you're talking about family scriptures and your family didn't always do it. And so I think that's really, really, really important. Make your teaching experience a lot funner and a lot richer. But Mexico, in general, I don't know if you can really prepare for Mexico. I remember before I went to Mexico, I just thought that they ate spicy food in everything. Like, that's just what the image that I had was: spicy food was in everything, and I hated spicy food. And so I was worried, and I was like, well, I better learn. And so the few months before, I just started with like Tabasco sauce, and I just put Tabasco on everything. And I slowly, built up this immunity to Tabasco. And at first, it was like preparing myself for war because I didn't want the Tabasco to be so, the spicy food to kill me down there. But after a while, I actually started to like the Tabasco, and I started to fall in love with like spicy food and stuff. But just a little bit. I mean, I said, well, this isn't that bad. And then I went down there, and there's no Tabasco, and they never cook spicy food into the food, or spices into the food. And so it's always optional. You can always put stuff on top of your food to make it spicy. And I probably had one family that ever cooked, because we always ate with the members, but I only had one family that would cook spicy food in, like, spicy stuff into the food. So yeah, that was something I prepared for, but it wasn't helpful. I started learning Spanish, and that was super helpful. I had never taken a single Spanish class in my life, and I started learning the basics, like the colors and the. I remember I was going to college, and I just had I'd sit on the bus when I was writing, and I'd sit and flip through my cards as I was doing it, and flip through flashcards. It was a lot of fun to start to learn the language for me. So